And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my spoiler review for Netflix's original movie, Army of the Dead. I know it's been in cinemas for a little bit, but it's mostly on Netflix around the world. So if you're looking for a good, fun zombie movie, this is the one for you to watch. This is spoilers though, so we're going to talk about our favorite moments and the ending. Let's jump into it. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into a quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. When it comes to zombie movies, it's really hard to pull off something different and unique because the genre itself, we've had 10 seasons. I think we're finishing on the 11th with The Walking Dead. We have a spin off series with that. There's another one coming, Fear the Walking Dead. We've had the teens, The Walking Dead. There are subgenres upon subgenres when it comes to zombie films and TV series. So we know this content has been done to death. So Zack Snyder's one had me interested that it was going to be good because I like the aesthetic feel, the way that Zack tackles films, the way he shows it. It is very atmospheric, but I did wonder if we were going to get anything new. And obviously we did, and that's probably my favorite thing about the film is the lore that is created around the film. So you do get your classic zombie kill of the week moments in this. You have intense gory scenes. That's one of the things they didn't shy away from this. Lots of gore, as you do expect with a good zombie horror film. The zombies have a hierarchy, which I thought was very interesting. So once we get past that initial great credit scene and the kind of exposition dump of that beginning, once we're into the city, that's where the film really is its best, where we're being introduced to the world and the lore. So we get that tiger zombie, the kitty zombie, which was fantastic. The CG looked okay on that, I think. We get the various normal type of zombies, the ones that will awake if you touch them, the other ones that are slightly more mutated, and then you get the hierarchy, the alphas that they call them, if you get bitten by the main zombie. And so we have this whole world, this kind of city within its city. They're talking that this is their kingdom, and that for me was the most interesting part. The thing is, it's also quite long in the tooth, this film. It's like 2.5 hours or something, 2 hours 20 minutes. I think it's 2.5 hours. I guess you kind of expect that when you're watching a Zack Snyder film. It also feels like there was a lot left on the cutting room floor, so I do wonder if there was a conversation there had with Zack Snyder saying, no, we still need to try and keep the time down a bit, because it does. There were moments in this film where I just wondered what happened to that next bit. And so, as we get into the heist, and we know that the film isn't really about the heist, but the government wants the head of an alpha zombie so they can create a alpha zombie army of them for themselves. We start seeing some of the characters being destroyed, and one of the bad guys that was en route with them gets taken out by that zombie tiger, and that's probably one of my favorite moments because none of us liked him. He was purposely, obviously, trying to get rid of the team so he could get that head and get himself out. We have the pilot, who I thought is a fantastic comedian. She has such great timing. If you've seen her in Star Trek Discovery, you'll know that her timing and comedic moments is perfect. And so I thought she was great in this. Bautista, I quite liked his character in this, beginning to see what he is capable of. And this is another facet of his acting. I enjoyed him in this role. I liked the daughter and the father kind of re-emergence of that relationship. I thought that was probably one of the things that carried the zombie story along with the arc of what was going on. Once we get to the end, we obviously get that helicopter scene. They crash. But I don't know if you noticed that they had a passenger that just disappeared from camera. She was the one that they were rescuing, the daughter's whole kind of main mission, that kind of side story where she's going to rescue. One of them gets taken out early on, but the mother of the two children is in the helicopter. Obviously the main alpha jumps into that helicopter, but they never actually show us what happens to the mother, and so they just didn't tell us. I can't imagine that wasn't filmed. Maybe it was just cut because they didn't think it was relevant anymore. But that's one thing that kind of sticks out to me. Obviously Dave Bautista's character gets turned, and so the daughter has to end up shooting the father, like the father had to kill the mother. It's quite a nice circle. I like that in films when they do that. It's like, it's sad, but it has a nice fruition to it. I felt like the story could have ended there, but then we have that end sequence where they show us that the one character that we thought was dead has escaped from a hatch and he's on a plane, and so now they're leaving us with an ending expectation that we might get a sequel to this film because he's bit, he's got lots of money, he's on the plane. You think, oh, this is what this all this whole film was for, because essentially nobody got the money, nobody got the head. Everything was destroyed. They nuked the city. I was wondering about the fallout as well, how any of them would survive anyway because of the radiation. Maybe it was a bomb without the radiation. I'm not sure. And so we have this one character at the end that's alive, and it's like, okay, cool. The daughter's alive, but it does feel like the film was almost for nothing. That whole, what did they go through all of that for? More realistic, intensely fun, but like a more realistic story. And but I still wanted the whole adventure to be for something. I guess that they had the money. The daughter had that 20 grand that the father gave them to save the two kids. I guess that's what it's for. But then we have that moment which it's like, oh, okay, so he's bitten. Obviously something's going to happen in that plane, and that's going to be the next infection and probably the next city. So if we get a sequel, that's where it would be. Hopefully it would incorporate the daughter again into that storyline. Let me know in the comments below where you think this film could go. What were your favorite moments? What was your favorite zombie kill? Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember,